daughters. This is why if you're a dad, if you're a mom that's married to a strong man, please encourage them to be involved in the lives of their children. Even if you're not married to them, even if it's just, you know what, you're divorced or whatever like that, please encourage the dads to be involved in the lives of your daughters. I told you all in the opening salvo, this one's going to be a little bit emotional. And what I mean by emotional is if you are a father that has girls, this one right here is coming for your neck. That's all I got to say. This video right here is, this one was rough to watch, rough to imagine having this conversation with my own daughter. I was like, I would be shaking in the corner if I was going to have this conversation with my daughter. Yeah, this one was rough. Okay, so let me give you a little background. So I found a podcast. It is called Daughter Issues Podcast. I like that one, actually. I like the name. So shout out to that dad. So it's basically a dad and his daughter having a conversation in a studio. And it's, you know what? The setup, I feel, is pretty slick. I like that. I would love to sit down and have my daughters on camera talking about the stuff, because let me tell y'all, the stuff they talk about is crazy. Okay, they're great. They're nuts, but it's funny. It's nuts to me because a lot of the time it doesn't make sense. Like my daughter was explaining to me a new term yesterday. I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea. It made no sense. It made perfect sense to her, and that's cool. I think that would be fun to kind of show the generational changes and male and female dynamics, father daughter. I mean, I think that's actually really neat setup. The problem, however, is what they're talking about on this episode. Yo, this was like, yeah, I don't even know what to do. I was very like, I have no idea what to say about this one. And I just want to go through this video with you all. I thank you all so much for hanging in there with me. This one's going to be different. So this is the Daughter Issue Podcast. I'm just going to bring it onto the screen. And let's let it sit on the screen for a second, and you'll know exactly why I say, yo, this is wild. This is wild. And I have some opinions. I had some thoughts about the relationship that the father and the daughter have. I don't know a lot about them. I will be doing some more research into them because the other episodes that I saw, I did not really find really beneficial. I don't know I don't know if this dad is married to the girl's mom. I don't know if they're still in the house together. It seems like the daughter is dealing with same-sex attraction. I think she's a vegetarian, and there's a lot of weirdness there, in my opinion. So I wasn't able to, and I'll sort through it. But I'm just going to look at this one in a silo. I'm going to look at this one in an isolated event. I think there's a lot that we can gain from here, especially if you're fathers of daughters. And actually everybody. I think everybody could glean something from this conversation that this man is having with his, I think she's like 22-year-old daughter, who is wanting to start basically an online, she wants to sell her lady bits for $10.99. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, in order to deal with my own emotional isms about this, I'm going to be super snarky. So I'm just going to let you know ahead of time. Jason's going to be extra snarky with a side of snark, because that's how I'm going to play through this. Yeah, I'm just going to let you know that already. So please don't be offended. Please don't email management. But if you want to email management, let me drop that management's email right there. You can email management, dearwokec@gmail.com. All right. With no further ado, let's talk about this. Let's go. See, Violet already asked a question right here. And this is something, I'm going to talk about it in a second. When I was younger, the idea was always, of my cohort, was you go out to the mall, you go to various stores, and you work a job to make money. If you don't have money, you work a job to make money. And most of the time, I don't think many of us had a disagreement about this. The job that you worked required you to have clothes on. Okay? There was nothing, this would never have crossed my mind when I was 22 years old. This would never cross my mind when I was 15, going on 16, 18 years old. I would have never thought, hey, I could sell my man parts online and people would pay me. But see, we're going to talk about this, and I really want you to keep an eye on how the father tries to dissuade the daughter. And I also want you to listen to the daughter's tone, because deep down inside, I believe she's begging her father to say no. He doesn't. And let's go. Thank you, Violet. That was a great question. So let us roll. Let's go.
Melissa was like, hey, I want to talk to you about something. I want to tell you something. Promise you won't get mad. And I was like, just stop right there. First of all, never going to make a promise like that.
All right, before we get too far away, I just want to guarantee real quick, everybody can hear that. So everybody's able to hear before I jump too far afield. Everybody's able to hear. Yeah, I'm old. Absolutely, I'm old. I don't care. Yeah, this is the state of young adults today. Absolutely. Easy money for people who have no morals. Absolutely. Fast money causes slow problems, I was told the other day, and I thought that was great. Fast problems cause slow problem. Fast money causes slow problems. It's a bit quiet, but I can hear. Okay, let me make sure. I'm going to just start over again. I just want to make sure it's loud enough.
Melissa was like, hey, I want to talk to you about something. I want to tell you something. Promise you won't get mad. And I was like, just stop right there. First of all, never going to make a promise like that, because I might get mad. And second of all, let's just have the...
All right. And I'm assuming the volume increase. Okay, I'm saying real quick, I'm going to make sure I can increase this volume a little bit more, because that's as loud as it was, but we're going to see if we can make it a little louder. All right. Can I do a little bit? I can't make it any louder than that. All right. Hopefully that will suffice. Let's see real quick. All right. Let's see if this makes it a little bit better. Back up just again. And if not, I apologize. I'll talk less.
Was like, hey, I want to talk to you about something. I want to tell you something. Promise you won't get mad. And I was like, just stop right there. First of all, never going to make a promise like that, because I might get mad. And second of all, let's just have the conversation on the show. And you were like, not so sure you want to do that.
I think it'll be helpful for other people to listen to, because I know the difference in our relationship versus the mass majority and the reaction most people would get, I feel like, and it can create toxicity. And I feel like you're going to have your own opinions, and that's what I'm also here to listen to, is also hear you out and hear your opinions. But I feel like you're going to have a healthier reaction than most parents might, and it could be helpful for other people to listen to.
Okay, real quick. Dads do not have opinions. Dads have standards. I think she's already framing it and saying, like, Dad, you're going to have an opinion. No, I'm going to tell you what it is. And even though I believe, again, she's like 22, she might be out of the house is what I'm gaining from it. This knowledge what she's thinking about doing, because she's going to, she has a really low understanding. And I'm sorry, if you're familiar with, just do the research on OnlyFans. First of all, OnlyFans don't make money, okay? People who prostitute themselves out on OnlyFans don't make a lot of money. I read that the average person on OnlyFans makes $2,000 a year. I'm sure they hear these people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Those are people who have done a lot of egregious behavior in order to make that. You're not making that wearing a swimsuit, okay? That's not happening. There's a lot of things going on, egregious, evil, wicked, perverse things that are happening to make six figures selling your body on OnlyFans. Most people are selling their bodies for $10.99 and getting $2,000 a year for their images to be stuck on the internet forever. There will never be a way or a time that they're able to get that off of there, ever. It will always be there. So this young lady, she decides to get married. Her future fiance will know that she sold her lady bits online. If she decides to become a politician or some level of a career that we're a CEO, president of a company, whatever of that nature, they will know that her giblets were on sale for gigabytes. Please understand, there's no way to get past this. So the dad, this should be a very sobering no. But listen for the dad to say no. Listen to him.
including parents.
Are you moving out of state? Oh, God. Get to your offensive statement.
It's not offensive. So I've kind of joked about it before starting an OnlyFans.
Problem number one. If your daughter jokes about something if your daughter jokes about, hey, I'm thinking about undressing in front of my webcam and selling those videos and images to men and simps online to get tips, there is no joke. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. That is a very serious problem. That would be akin to somebody saying, oh, well, hey, I was thinking about upgrading from torturing puppies and cats to, maybe like kidnapping somebody's kid and torturing their kid. Or, I was thinking about just, doing really horrible things to like, a whole post office. And what do you think about that? Nobody would say that I was joking if they said that. Why in the world would you consider this a joke? Is a problem. So I'm not mad at the dad. My heart goes out to this father because I could only imagine where I would be emotionally if my daughter said this to me. Because this is not akin to saying, hey, I'm thinking about getting my nose pierced. Or, hey, I was thinking about getting a tattoo, a little tiny tattoo on my shoulder. That's not the same. Those can be jokes. Those are not life-altering events. Because please understand again, this will never, once you put your giblets online, you never get them back. Once you prostitute yourself for pixels, once you sell your giblets for gigabytes, it'll never be able to be retracted. It's not a joke.
But it's also not what you think either.
Okay, here comes the absolute, complete, and utter foolishness. This is how they trick women into online prostitution. Listen to what she says about what she's going to be doing on OnlyFans. Listen to what she says and ask yourself, when you do the research yourself, look into how many women started out exactly like this woman. Now they are doing the most egregious, the most perverse things you could imagine to get the bag. But listen to what she says, because this is that foolishness. This is how they get them on online prostitution.
It would be taking a more model route in that way. But I
do think it's very interesting. Notice the dad's face. This is where you start. This is where you take cell phones away. You remove the computer from the house. No. Absolutely, positively no. Because please keep in mind, please think, I did the research. 85% of women who are on OnlyFans and being egregious started out as models. And please understand, modeling is what they do on Instagram. That's modeling. So this young lady thinks that she's going to do something and people are going to pay her to do what they see for free on her Instagram account. That's how dumb this is. No, ma'am. They already see what you're doing on the gram. When they come over to the fans, they want you to do something strange for some change. They want you to sin for the shekel. This is egregious. I told y'all, man, Lord, I ain't even a minute and a half into this thing.
I do feel like we obviously have a little bit of a presence together, so I want to get your opinions and thoughts, and I also want to tell you, but I also feel like I have assets that I could capitalize on. And
Call them assets.
I'm a businesswoman. You taught me to be a businesswoman. And I have my boundaries as well as my own adult. There are a lot of things that I won't do, but there's also, some modeling I would love to do anyway.
I'm looking at her face, knowing what I already know from doing the research, looking into how many young ladies actually start this off. And again, I didn't want to expose y'all to it. If y'all want to do that, do it on your own. How many young ladies start off with the same silliness? I'm looking at her face and I kind of think that she knows that this isn't true. I don't think she believes what she says. I'm just going to back up just a little taste. listening to her say, I'm a businesswoman. If you just kind of look at her face, and again, knowing that women who start out modeling end up doing some very strange things for change. Oh my gosh. Some strange things for change. It don't take them long. Okay. Well, listen to this. Just watch her again and just tell me, do you get it? Or maybe I'm just hallucinating.
But there's also, some modeling I would love to do anyway. So.
Right there. That doesn't look like she's sincere. I'm sorry. I could be wrong. I might be reading into it. I'm extremely biased. I'm totally against this. I want this dad to come off the top rope. I want his redness to turn into a fire engine red, yelling, steam coming out of his ears, the whole gambit. The old school Tom and Jerry. I want all of that. But watch this.
There's that.
First and foremost,
No. First and foremost, no. 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 Did I say no? No.
you, I respect you.
I can respect you and say that no. I can respect you and say, no, you should not drink and drive. I can respect you and say, no, you should not yell fire in a crowded theater. I can respect you and say, nah, it's probably really a bad idea to try to go into a bank with a mask on and a pew pew. I don't have to disrespect you by saying no. This is what happens when you make your kids your friends.
Raised you to be independent, to be, like you said, to be business minded, to be logical.
Then why doesn't she start an auto detail? Why doesn't she start a craft? Why doesn't she start selling hoodies and beanies? Why is the business that she wants to be ill-clothed? Hey, I got an idea. I'm gonna take my clothes off. Why is that the solution to the problem? Because there's nothing wrong with saying I need to make money. There's nothing wrong with being business minded. I think that's a smart thing. Please understand, if you're selling your giblets online, you're not a business owner. You are literally selling yourself. Please do not be confused. If you are selling pictures of yourself online, you don't have a business. You're a prostitute. That's it. You're a cheap centerfold model. That's it. Accept that. Now eat that and deal with it. But you're not a businesswoman. Please understand that. And the bad thing, the wicked thing is that there are companies that come to OnlyFans models and they manage their accounts. They're digital pimps. It is wicked. There's companies that will say, hey, we'll manage your account. You just take the picture, send them to us, we'll post them, and we'll give you a cut of the money. Listen to that, right?
And I guess the biggest thing is,
where's the no, Dad?
You being safe. Like,
you know how she could be safe? You know how you can be safe? No. No. All the no. That's how you're safe. That's how you keep her safe. You say no. No, that's not acceptable. Not in this house. That's not behavior that is acceptable. You can go start a can recycling business. You can go start a band. You can go start a lawn mowing service, but you are not going to be showing your lady parts online. No. All the no's. I don't understand. Why is this complex? And please understand, we still got 7 minutes. He has not said no yet.
Having a daughter already, knowing that you're highly likely to be assaulted or hit or groped or something like that, that's already on a father's mind when he has a girl.
Amen. So why would I put my daughter in a place where the profession, the business that she has secured is going to put her in greater risk of that? Dad, I'm not mad at you, dude. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying, dude, this is a bad look. If you're a father, please tell your daughter no. It's okay. It's okay. It's perfectly fine to say no to your children. And I'm spoiler alert, he's not going to say no. The girl, I really believe in my heart of hearts, she knows that she's not going to be modeling. She knows what's on OF. She knows what's on there. She knows what those women are doing to make money. And I do believe she knows they might have started out in their swimsuits, but look, in order to make that bag. The swimsuit got left at the house. So I think she already knows that. And I think deep down inside, I believe she wants her dad to say no. She wants him to stand up and say, absolutely, positively, throw microphones, cuss, kick tables over, break stuff, and say no.
So there's that protection part of me that's like, I don't want you to be opened up to even more people stalking or
Then
chasing
why would you
you.
let her? Why would you let her? The funny thing is he's using words. They use a lot of double entendres in here. Why would you let her open up her legs online then, dude? If you care anything about her, you would not let her do that. You do realize that your coworkers, your colleagues, family, for crying out loud, could very well see their friend's daughter showing herself online.
Or doing stuff because I have bail money. Like, I'm willing to straight up go to prison.
You know what? I got bail money too. I do. But guess what? I will tell my daughter no so I don't have to use it. See, having bail money, let me back that up a taste. And many people know the story. And there's a couple of people in the chat right now that know my story about why I have bail money. There's a couple of y'all know it. And lots of my friends know, like, yeah, Jason meets this person. We already know how to find his bail money. But guess what? I could also tell myself no so that I don't actually need the bail money. It's really that simple. And by God's grace, I actually reconciled and made peace with the person whom it was going to be on site. The joke was it's going to be only hands when I see this person. But by God's grace, he really impacted my heart that I was holding a grudge against this person. And God has been dealing with this person. His thumb has been mighty on this man's life and ruining him because of his own pride and arrogance. Jason could never do anything better. So I was impacted. I was burdened that I need to forgive this person, and I let it go. Now, what am I going to do with my bail money? I don't know. But guess what? I told myself, no, I'm not going to behave in this manner. And I need this dad to do the same thing, but let's let him finish.
It's like, I don't want you to be opened up to even more people stalking or
But
chasing
you're putting
you
her
or
in,
doing stuff.
you're putting
because
her in harm's way.
I have bail money. Like, I'm willing to straight up go to prison.
I know.
That's already a problem that we have to deal with. And then on top of that, you being like, oh, here's a booby. Now,
A booby.
just a booby. A lot of what I'm feeling is like protection. I don't want you to do something that's going to make something harder on you later in life.
Okay, watch this though. Watch how she shifts blame. Watch what she does to put the blame somewhere that I could not imagine.
Like, when I was 19, I thought I was going to be one thing, and my life completely went in a different direction. Mm-hmm. What if when you're 37, you decide to run for president or run for some kind of office, or you want to be taken seriously as an actor in
for sure
some major, or you want to be an outspoken, activist in a certain thing, and this comes back to haunt you?
That's a very good question. But, Dad, you could have just said no. It was perfectly fine to say, nah. Do I need to take your phone from you? Do I need to kick you off the cell phone plan? What do I need to do? Throw your MacBook in the middle of the lake? What do I need to do? It's really that easy. No. Because all these words, I got bail money, this, that, and the third. I don't want you to be in danger, blah, blah, blah. You can fix all that by just saying no.
Maybe society will grow up and that kind of stuff won't
I hope not.
affect you negatively. But I'm concerned with your safety. I'm concerned with your future. And I don't want you to do anything that's going to harm future you. My fear is that you would do something now, get money now, and then when you're in your 40s, you look back on it and go, man, I really had an opportunity to do something bigger with my life.
Fast money causes slow problems. Dad, just tell her no. I mean, he's giving all of the rationale, which are very valid points. You could literally have started, if you just jumped in the beginning and said no, and then explained all this rest of this stuff, it'd been fine. But again, he still hasn't told her no.
And because that stuff exists on the internet, now I'm prohibited or restricted in some other aspect of my life. I raised you to respect yourself, and
having kids is difficult. I think everybody here who has children can amen that. If you agree, having kids is rough sometimes. There's good days, there's bad days. There's usually a lot more good days than bad days. Can you just drop an amen in the chat if you agree that having kids is rough at times? And again, I don't know if this dad is married to the girl's mom. So being a single parent is like super tough. I don't envy them at all. Single parents, my hat goes off to single parents. I think you have a tough job. The Lord is gracious, however. The Lord is gracious, and he will and he can give you the ability to deal with these issues in a way that honors and glorifies Christ and protects your kids. I don't believe God would ever put you in a situation where you would have to damage your children in order to glorify Christ, or you have to disrespect Christ in order to protect your kids. I don't see how that would work. I don't see it. But my point in bringing this up is I'm not dunking on this dad. I don't know much about him. I would love if somebody knows a lot about him. If you could send me some more information. If you do some information search on the Daughter Issue podcast, I'd love to Daughter Issues podcast. I'd love to hear more about them, maybe look at them again or whatnot of that nature. But to tell yourself, to lie to yourself, I raised you to respect yourself. And the girl is literally telling you that she's going to take her clothes off and sell the pictures of her with her clothes off online for $10.99. Sir, you didn't raise her to respect herself. I'm sorry. She respects money, but she doesn't respect herself. So don't lie to yourself and say, I raised you to respect yourself. No. You didn't. You didn't. And just come to grips with that. Embrace that. Hug that. And just say, you know what? I let you down. I got you out here thinking about selling your lady bits for $10.99 a month. And that's my fault. Eat that, Dad. Take that. Don't sit there and lie that you raised her better when you're sitting here having a discussion like this.
And to be safe. And I mean, you're a grown woman. You're going to do what you're going to do. Doesn't feel great.
Where's the no?
And
I love you and I respect you. And if that's what you want to do, then, I mean, I support you.
Then you can't have any consternation, sir, about what she does. She literally asked you to tell her no. And for whatever reason, you saw fit, you chose not to tell her no. You could have just said, no, this is not appropriate. I do not stand behind this. I do not support this. No, all the no's in Noville. But you just literally said, I support you. So let me make sure I understand it correctly. I support you. Are you going to encourage people to go to her OnlyFans? Like, how does that work when you're doing something like this? You tell you guys down at the bar, hey, y'all go check out my daughter and pay her $10.99 to see her lady bits. Like, how does that work? How do you support somebody in something this egregious? I don't know how it works. Just a serious question. Like, do you go to family reunion? Oh yeah. Little Patty. Yeah, absolutely. Little Patty's selling her pieces out online. Absolutely. Hey guys, let's go check this out.
And whatever you want to do, I just really want you to be careful.
Well, and that's why I have
everything that I just
boundaries.
said, not only your safety, but
Yeah.
your future opportunities. Like, you know, if you're going to do something like that, to do it in a way that's classy and respectful of who you are.
How do you classily show your? I told y'all I was going to be snarky, just to deal with my own emotional damage from this. How do you do that classy? I'm sorry, I'm totally lost.
And not ruining future opportunities.
Yeah, and that's where like
If you don't want her to do it, then just say no. Now, she's about to explain here. I really do believe she wants him to say no. I really think she wants him to say, nah, you can't do that. But watch.
I have my boundaries.
I don't own you. I don't control you. You're not mine, but I care so deeply about you. Like, there's not another single human on this planet that I care to protect more than you. And so
Look at her. Look at her face. Look at her face. That is a daughter that is so proud of her dad, saying that he loves her and he cares for her. There's nobody else he loves more than her. He'll do anything to protect her. And you think that man wants you to be selling you're doing something strange for some change? Really?
It's just a safety thing. I appreciate
It's not a safety thing. It is a right and wrong. It's a moral thing. You know it's wrong. He knows it's wrong. I guarantee you he won't be paying $10.99 to watch his daughter's giblets. I guarantee
you telling me
Yeah.
and us talking about it. I'm glad we're close enough to have this conversation.
I'd rather you know than
It's not up to me. You know what I mean? You don't need my approval or blessing. I mean, I trust you to handle yourself.
But you do, though. You can say, no, I don't stand by that. No, I don't support that. It's really that easy. Now, if she's going to do what she's going to do, she's going to do it. But you have not helped her by saying, hey, I support you. I raised you better, blah, blah, blah. Sir, no, you didn't. You didn't. You're having a conversation with your daughter about her wanting to sell her naked pictures. She's going to be a pixel prostitute. And you're okay with that. Okay, so you can say all day long that you love her and this, that, and other. There's nobody else that you care about, blah, 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 blah. You can say that to make yourself feel good. But, sir, she's begging you to say no. She's begging you to say, no, this is not appropriate. I do not support this. This is not what I raised you to do, and you can't do it. Because you can't say I raised you better, but then I support you in doing something that's contrary to how you raised her. Because then that would mean, maybe you do support it.
Like, my job as your parent is to teach you how to live without me. Like, I know that sounds morbid and screwed up, but I don't want to be on my deathbed in my 90s and having you being like, Dad, don't leave. I don't know how to do taxes.
This is not taxes, though. Now, she's going to have to pay taxes on selling her lady bits online. That's another issue as well. However, that's got nothing to do with those. No, you can still stand against something and say, no, it is perfectly okay to say no. I don't know why this is problematic to say no.
I'm like, I want you to be like, I got this, let go, you're fine. I want to peacefully, pass into my death knowing that you're going to be fine. So I've given you those tools up to this point for you to just handle your business.
Okay, so just ask yourself. He's having this conversation and he keeps patting himself on the back that he's given her these tools. He's raised her this way, but he's literally hearing his daughter say that she's going to be an online prostitute. And I think he knows that, just like I said before, like 86% of the women that are doing egregious things on OnlyFans started out as models. Okay. Most of them started out as models. So I think he already knows that this is not she has no idea where the floor is in this. Then just tell her no.
People are going to feel like this is like because I don't respect myself. And I feel like the one thing that I do want to make clear is that this is because I respect myself.
If that's not some postmodern doublespeak, I've never heard anything else. The reason I'm selling my lady bits online is because I respect myself. No, you go start a t-shirt brand because you respect yourself. You go start a record label because you respect yourself. You are doing home painting because you respect yourself. You're taking off your clothes in front of a camera and selling the pictures because you want fast cash. And she's going to say that in a second. She's going to explain that she wants money fast and such of that nature, and has no concept of the problems that are going to come because of said fast cash. Watch this.
I want to just do it the fastest way possible so I have more time to do things like rescues and charities and help my family and my friends that need help.
So this is really
So you can't do animal, I'm assuming animal rescues. You can't support charities and you can't support your family with your clothes on. Okay. Okay. The only way she can be of help is by taking her clothes off. And when you know that more than the average income for OnlyFans online prostitution is about $2,000 a year, and you're gonna still pay taxes on that, you gotta wonder, like, where are you getting this idea from? Where are you getting the understanding from that you're gonna be able to help? And all of your other opportunities with your clothes on are going to be completely and totally ruined because of this.
my fault because I failed to become a billionaire
Absolutely your fault. Absolutely.
before you became
Yeah.
an adult. If I'd been a billionaire,
Yeah.
you'd be like,
Yep.
there's no point.
You didn't realize that.
Okay. I know dad is trying to be coy, but that is egregious to blame dad. Well, because you didn't become a billionaire, that's why I'm doing something strange for some change. That I'm gonna back that up because when I heard that, I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like he said it, and so I mean that is what it is. Dad blamed it, brought this into the equation, but I would never have thought that. Like, oh, the reason you're selling your body online, and the reason you're an online prostitute is because your dad didn't make $1 billion. That was not where I started.
Help my family and my friends that need help.
So this is really my fault because I failed to become a billionaire
Absolutely your fault. Absolutely.
before you became
Yeah.
an adult. If I'd been a billionaire,
Yeah.
you'd be like,
Yep.
there's no point.
You didn't realize that your child was going to be just like money hungry and business drawn.
Well, there you
Because no rich person's daughters participate in debauchery, right? No, everybody who's rich, their kids are perfectly fine. They're volunteering. They're helping. They're doing rescue, so on and so forth. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Absolutely not.
you go, dads.
And here I am.
Go get your bag so that your daughter doesn't have to.
The fact that she's laughing about this, really, to me, I think it's, though I still believe that she wants him to say no to her, I think it's egregious that she's laughing about the fact, and you can see it in dad's face. Like he's devastated. I don't know, how much editing went in this. I don't know what he knew before they had this conversation. He's devastated. You can tell that. He is not okay with this idea at all. But let's go.
You have to know that whatever you're about to do has a timeline.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a shelf life, is what we would call it in the industry.
Bonus.
Well, no, it's going to end. Like you can't be like, oh, I made all this money this month. It's going to be like this for the rest of my life.
No.
You have please promise me that you're going to put back money.
Of
that you're going to
course.
save. That you're going to.
Where's the no? Like literally, now he's giving her financial advice about selling your giblets. The first month, the first paycheck of giblet selling, put that away, and then spend the second part. Like,
Invest. Like that, I have a financial planner and advisor.
He's giving her
you can
financial
talk to.
advice.
I have a financial business advisor who already wants to help me.
I bet
and I
you
know
he
I'm
does.
going to invest and save, and also I want to get into stocks too.
Because you can't make money any other way except by being ill-clothed. That's literally what she's saying. If she wants to save money, she wants to get involved in stocks, she's going to volunteer, help with rescues, help her family, and so on and so forth. I don't know how much money she's actually thinking she's going to make. She's going to be thoroughly surprised, okay? She's going to be really, really messed up when she realizes, yo, this is not an empty field at all. But even more than that, I'm also kind of interested in this financial planner that said that he wants to help her in this industry. That's kind of, I've heard of them. People that, they're digital pimps. So, yeah.
Okay.
And when I have some money, I'm gonna buy a house.
Maybe.
Because you can't buy a house. So nobody in the chat, nobody in the history of life has ever been able to just work hard at UPS, work hard, save money, and be able to buy a house before they end up going around taking their clothes off. Really? Really? And the man is still, y'all do hear that man never did tell her no. He never did. And you can see it clearly that he doesn't want her to do this. And I do believe that she wanted him to say, Dad, tell me no. Stand up and defend me from my own crazy and say no.
You're getting jealous of all the money.
I want to buy a house too. Maybe I'll start OnlyFans. Is there OnlyMans?
Dad.
Can I be OnlyMans?
Oh my God.
Let me know, ladies.
Only man?
Or dudes.
You did not just say only man.
Would y'all?
So instead of dealing with the issue, now he's turned it into a joke. And
Would you sign up for that? Look at that. Bam.
Onlymans.
Look at that.
You did not just say
look at that. Wait, hold up. Bam. $5. Alyssa, please be careful out there.
Why I have boundaries is because I don't know 30-year-old me. Like, I know me, and I feel like I'm going to still be okay with it, but I also want to make sure I have that room to change if I feel like I want to.
I think she would be well served to do research on young ladies who've gone on YouTube and TikTok and talked about their own mental health post getting involved in OF. Because please keep in mind again, once you put that digital picture out there, it will never go away. It can never be removed. It can never be scrubbed off of it. It's always going to be there. It'll always be there to haunt you. I think she would be well served to look at people who regretted getting involved in OnlyFans instead of doing just work, just regular old, putting your hands to the plow with your clothes on, work. She would be well served to do that. Let's go.
And I love you and respect you and support you through all of it. So
Yay!
please be
But you
safe.
didn't tell her
Like,
no.
I'm here for you, like through the process. I don't know anything about OnlyFans, but if something goes sideways with them and there's like a business issue or a contract, I don't want you to be like, I can't ask my dad about this because it's OnlyFans. Like, when I say support, I mean I'm gonna show up and create space for you throughout this process. So
Do you realize that the same energy could be applied to her getting a job, maybe starting to open up a franchise, a burger franchise? Do you realize the same kind of energy you could be supporting her in starting a lawn mowing business? The same amount of energy can be applied and she doesn't have to take her clothes off. Again, the dad went from, this is disappointing because again, as a father of daughters, you and anybody who has daughters in the chat or moms too, all of us, you want the best for your kids. Now your boys, sometimes you give them that old right hook, but you want the best for your daughters. And to hear your daughter saying that she's going to unclothe herself and sell her digital imagery to men your age, to be staring at a screen for their sexual perversion, that's gotta be working a number on that man. It's got to. And now the man is literally saying, I'm gonna read contracts with you and I'm gonna be there to support you, so on and so forth, and the third.
Okay. That would be helpful because you're definitely helpful when it comes to business and numbers. I want to help puppies.
like you could help animals with your clothes on.
Okay. All right. He tells her the truth in a very funny way to make it almost dismissible. Like, because that's a true statement. Like, no, you can help puppies with your clothes on. And the things that she says are super juvenile. Hence why I really don't believe that she's an adult at all. I really think she might be sub 22. Just the way that she speaks about things. Oh, I want to help puppies. Oh, I want to help rescue. I mean, it seems very, one day I want to grow up and be a cowboy. Very juvenile. So Why are you not standing up for your daughter? Because clearly she's not thinking correctly. For you to say that you raised her correctly, but she's literally saying, I want to go out here and ruin the rest of my life. You're probably not going to have a son-in-law. You're probably not going to have grandchildren and whatnot from one man because I'm going to go out here and be doing something strange for some change. And he's okay with that.
I hear those places exist.
Dad, I gotta put the link in my bio now, don't I?
I love you, Talissa.
I love you.
Be safe.
I will.
He didn't tell her no.
I'm always safe. And I always have.
And you'll watch for my OnlyMans drop. Comment below if you'd sign up. Why not? You stay away from mine, I'll stay away from yours.
No, only man's, Dad.
Whatever. Maybe I'll just be walking around just being like, hey, honey, don't worry about that. I'll take care of the dishes. Maybe they just want to hear that. Just an only man.
A lonely man.
Lonely
man.
I raised you to make good decisions, to respect yourself, to respect other people, to make the best decisions that you can in the time that you have for yourself. Mm-hmm. And if you feel like that's what this is, then you need to do that. Mm-hmm. Like I said.
I'm going to say it just again. You never heard this man tell her no. He's conceded that she's just going to go and do this, become a pixel box prostitute. He's just conceded, and now he's just giving like the closing salvo instead of, busting up some stuff, throwing some stuff, using some harsh words, kicking some microphones, kicking cameras, and saying no. Please understand again, he never said no.
I just want you to be
safe.
I just want you to be safe.
I'll be safe. I'll be safe if you be safe.
All right.
Without only man's.
No, I'm doing it.
You're gonna do it.
Maybe.
Good heavens.
Maybe I'll have to have a podcast where I have to reveal to you that I'm dropping my.
You don't need to tell me. I'll probably.
Oh no, I'm dropping it.
All right. So I was thinking that this is why we need strong fathers. This is why if you're a dad, if you're a mom that's married to a strong dad, a strong man, please encourage them to be involved in the lives of their children. Even if you're not married to them, even if just, you're divorced or whatever like that, please encourage the dads to be involved in the lives of your daughters, because there's no other way around it. If we're not going to be involved, then this is going to be the normal conversation. This is going to be the normal behavior, which is abnormal. Okay, let's just tell the truth, shame the devil. This is abnormal. And a dad is needed to help this young lady see that she needs only one fan. She really only needs one fan. Instead of only fans, she needs only one fan. And that is one that will commit his life to her till death do them part, who will build and raise a family with her, who will give his absolute last dime and his last dying breath for her. She only needs one fan. She doesn't need a whole slew of fans. She don't need to drop a link in the bio. She don't have to show her lady giblets for gigabytes. She doesn't have to be a pixel prostitute. She only needs one fan. And that dad had the opportunity to say absolutely, positively, unequivocally, no, you are not getting my blessing to behave in this manner and to do something strange for some change. To sin for a shekel. Absolutely not. But he didn't do it. And so now this young lady is out there wilding out. I don't know wherever they went from there. It's sad to see, but they went from here. And instead of giving her good guidance, and again, to pat yourself on the back and say, I raised you well, and then to be sitting here having a conversation about you being a prostitute online is got to be the high watermark of irony that you would say that. But then what you're doing, the conversation you're having, and again, never told the girl no. She only needs one fan. She only needs one fan, and as a man is willing to commit to her till death do them part. And both of them need to become fans of Christ. Both of them need to surrender and submit their lives to Christ, because you wouldn't be having this conversation if the Lord had regenerated your heart and you were aware of your own sinful place before God, because all the money in the world will matter none. Again, the guy was joking about, if I become a billionaire, you wouldn't be doing this. She would still be doing this. Ask any celebrity whose daughter is doing strange stuff for change right now. There are people who are famous because they were doing strange things for change on tape. And the only reason they're famous is because of that. Not for anything else, but because they were doing that. So having money as an inheritance doesn't matter. It's having a moral character and a moral, an upright heart that's been regenerated through the power of the Holy Ghost, through the preaching of the gospel. That's what's needed. And you don't see that here. So yeah, this was a rough one, man. I really do appreciate the